Hi, we are at OMA. The vibe is going down. The stoke is high. We got Sean here. We like Sean. We've worked with Sean quite a few times. He's going to talk about La Sportiva and some of their new offerings for the year.
All right. Great to have you back. Great to be here again. So we're going to cover a little bit of the new footwear product for spring 25, and then we'll dive into a couple apparel items here as well. This is a really exciting new release for the brand. This is the Prodigio Pro. La Sportiva just launched the Prodigio this last year, which was essentially their most runnable, softest, most responsive trail running shoe to date. La Sportiva is still located in the Dolomites, and often is making shoes that can handle really rugged, technical, steep terrain. And whenever they're making footwear products, they want to make sure that the shoes can still handle that. But we're starting to see them introduce new midsole materials that help make the shoe a little bit more responsive, faster, while still providing that protection. With the Prodigio Pro, this is essentially their super shoe for technical terrain. As trail running continues to grow, get more competitive, we're seeing some companies roll out these super shoes that have really responsive midsole materials, carbon plates that help people essentially run more economically, which allows them to run faster. But often those shoes can't handle the rough stuff very well. Sure. They get a little terrifying on the downhill. So what we get with this Prodigio Pro is a shoe that stacks up to those other models on flat runnable terrain in terms of its ability to enhance economy, but it can also handle really tough mountainous terrain. Still has some flexibility, nice wide base, yes, and then a really grippy outsole material. This is their grippiest rubber compound with nice deep lugs that'll bite into mud, snow, steeper, kind of loose kitty litter as well.
Yeah.
There's a couple unique features to it that help the shoe perform at such a high level. It uses a supercritical EVA foam casing, kind of this shell that encapsulates a new midsole material for them, X-Flow Speed, which is a supercritical TPU, so a lower density TPU that's very, very responsive while maintaining some durability. Nice. So that's going to help with the rebound there. And then the fact that it's lower density makes it a little bit softer underfoot, cushier. So as you're running those ultra distances, your legs aren't going to take as much of a pounding. And then that wide platform with this bathtub construction that wraps up around the foot is also going to help with support when you're on rough trails.
Yeah, the shape of the upper is really pretty impressive. Ultimately, move over that one brand that's had cornered the market on this kind of shoe. They got some competition, right?
Yep, a little bit of an increased heel rocker as well, and that's going to help with that increase of efficiency. With that upper that you mentioned, this is the new power wire mesh. Allows the shoe to shave off ounces. It's an incredibly light shoe at slightly under 9 ounces for the men, and this is a little different than some of the other new meshes that you'll see in other shoes, in that it still has this structure to it. So again, going to allow that shoe to have some stability in mountainous terrain. So essentially,
and it looks tough as all get out.
Yep.
Because that's, you see rips here when you're on rough terrain.
Yeah, and then
it looks like it'll deal with it.
So it'll be tougher, but then a lot of those real lightweight materials, your foot just kind of goes everywhere. Yeah. So good if you're going in a straight line, but often trail running, you're not going in a very straight line.
No, exactly. Fantastic.
So this will be $195. So nice price for essentially a super shoe for the mountains, and then you'll get some pretty good durability, just with kind of the way that midsole material is combined with the EVA and the TPU.
If trail running in the mountains is your thing, I would definitely check these out. I cannot tell you how light these are, and the upper in particular, it's got me sort of wondering where they're going next, because it's so robust.
It's pretty cool.
And then that sort of wedge shape, so you got more stability. And
Yeah.
like you said, it looks a really impressive shoe.
Lots of features I keep adding on here. One other feature that they're doing here is it's a strableless construction. So strabel is typically this board that the upper is attached to. So they did away with that. And what that does, it makes for an even softer feel underfoot.
Nice.
And it allows them to have a couple more millimeters of midsole material without actually increasing stack height.
Very cool. Yay. It's impressive.
I'm pretty stoked. I'm not sample size, but as soon as my size comes in, I'm copping a pair.
Fair enough.
And the brand is continuing to really expand on the Prodigio line. This is the Prodigio Hike. So again, taking that success they've had with the first Prodigio trail running shoe, decided to make a hiking model of it. So a lot of similarities to that trail runner, but some key differences. The midsole material, instead of being a supercritical EVA, is going to be a standard EVA. That makes it more durable, the responsiveness not being quite as important in a hiking shoe. The upper is going to be a little bit more forgiving, a little bit wider, so fit a slightly wider array of foot types. And then they have this nice neoprene material that wraps up around that ankle, gives a little bit of proprioception without adding weight, helps keep debris out. And then Gore-Tex membrane throughout here as well. That's grippy.
Worth checking out, because most of the shoe ends where a shoe would, but suddenly you've got a boot without the weight of a boot.
Yeah, and a lot of stability in the ankle is neuromuscular, so just having some material touch that ankle actually increases stability, control over that ankle joint without adding weight or bulk to it, and then it doesn't inhibit the flex of the ankle, any dorsiflexion there.
I love that.
So
the same.
So nice grippy outsole. So we're going to have a really, really grippy material in the forefoot and then a slightly more durable material in the heel. So get fantastic grip when you're climbing steep terrain, a little bit more durability with the rubber for where that heel is going to be striking.
Awesome. Nice.
And $195 for the Prodigio Pro. It's going to be $179 for that Prodigio Hike.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And continuing on the spring and summer line, La Sportiva launched a real premium apparel line called Alpine Tech and started off in that winter collection. So real premium materials, slightly different aesthetic, and designed for mountaineers, ski mountaineers, to be able to tackle alpine objectives and handle really extreme conditions. This year, we're expanding that out to the summer line. So we're going to see kind of this year-round premium collection is going to be at a little bit of higher price point, but you get a lot of tech for that. Standout of the summer collection is going to be the Helixer shell. It's pretty unique in that it uses a new material called Spectra. So it's a UHM WPE material. It's going to be somewhat similar to Dyneema, kind of in that same family. Seen it quite a bit in the lightweight backpacking realm, but haven't seen it incorporated in apparel much. I don't really know of any other apparel pieces that are doing it. I'm sure there's a couple out there, but kind of a new frontier for fabric. So what that does is it helps to really enhance the durability of the fabric. It's 10 times stronger than steel, but it's incredibly, incredibly lightweight. So it helps keep the weight down. This comes in at 14 ounces. For a 3-layer Gore-Tex hard shell. It's going to be at $279 for that, and pretty cool piece.
Yeah.
That I think we'll see a lot of success with. Great for mountaineers, but also going to expand into that backpacking climbing world.
The weight for the kind of jacket is just phenomenal. I mean, this is the sort of jacket that would probably used to weigh about 20 ounces, shrunk down to about 14, like you say, and so robust.
Yeah, pretty
So
excited
robust.
about that. There is a pant as well.
Nice.
But I think we'll see a little
Yeah.
more success with that jacket there.
That's awesome. Like that. And I love the simplicity of it. 2 Napoleon pockets. Really, what more do you need when you're not sort of messing around? What
Yeah,
more do you need?
pretty minimal.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that.
And that's going to be $279 for the Helixer.
Nice.
And then another piece in that summer line is going to be the Equilibrium Light Gore-Tex. So
This is your running jacket, isn't it? When you're going somewhere high.
great for running, backpacking, mountaineering. So
Yeah.
it's a Gore-Tex
Oh, man.
membrane, comes in at 6.1 ounces.
And
It has some durability to it.
Yeah.
So there are some really lightweight trail running jackets out there, but they're not going to have the same like water column rating. This is at 28K. So really, really breathable, really waterproof in that very minimal weight, and then still has, for its weight, some good durability to it.
and you got pants for these as well?
No, it's
No,
just a
just a
top on
jacket.
this one.
This is just, yeah. Right? If you backpack, this is what you want.
In Colorado, I'll
Yeah.
keep off those thunderstorms.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of durability so you can
Yeah.
brush up against some branches and debris if you're getting off trail.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're not going to bring that one back shredded.
And nope. Great. So yeah, these will all be available spring, summer 25.
Sweet.
So excited to see it all come out.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive line. I love it.